Knowing his mission was nearing the end, Jesus takes Peter, James, and John with him to pray. It was here, in the quiet of a garden, that Jesus takes a moment to think about what was to come. Jesus came to this garden to join with his Father in prayer and to commune with him. And it was in another garden that God first chose to dwell with mankind. The imagery here speaks to Jesus reconciling all things back in union with the Father. Colossians 1:19 and 20 tells us, "For in Jesus all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace by the blood of his cross." All the things that were broken in the first garden through the disobedience of man were now being restored and reconciled back to the Father through Jesus, the Son of Man. This garden was in a place called Gethsemane, which means oil press. When the oil was pressed in a place like this, it was put on the heads of the high priest and the kings and the tabernacler and the temple to anoint them, to sanctify them, and to set them apart. So as Jesus began to pray and just felt the weight of what was to come, his grief was so great that Luke says in Luke 22:24, his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. It was in this moment, in the midst of a garden, that Jesus began to pour out his blood from his holy body so that man could commune with God once again.